I'm gonna be honest, since I was young, since I was a wee little lad, I always knew there was something wrong with the world. I knew I wasn't the crazy one. I knew it. Ever since I was a little baby, bro. I remember looking around at people just bewildered, like, what is going on? And I remember, like, my family members would always say, like, when I came around, people like, oh, he's just quiet. Oh, don't worry, he's just like that with everybody. Dude, I was very aware at that age, looking back on it. I came into the world knowing, like, dude, it's not how we're supposed to be living. Like, when you guys go outside, do you genuinely believe that this is how we're supposed to be living? Do you genuinely believe this is how you're supposed to be feeling, just having anxiety, depression? You think that is normal? Or do you think that's your spirit saying you're living a fraudulent life? I mean, seriously, let's have a real conversation. I mean, we might as well, since I'm covered in gnats outside with everyone watching me, right? The least you can do is have a real conversation with me. Do you feel as though you're living an authentic life, a life that you're proud of? Do you feel like when you go outside and you walk around, do you feel that nervousness in that bird chest of yours? Do you feel that uncomfortability when you're doing simple activities such as riding the bus or driving in your car, that sense of subtle uneasiness? When I walk around, I pay attention to people and I see the subtle signs that you're stiff, your body's so tense, your face is so tense, and it's because you're too worried about that fear of criticism. It's like we've all been put in the cage that makes us miserable, and yet people still enforce the rules of the cage that's keeping them miserable because no one wants to step outside of themselves and actually be themselves for a second. And it takes skill. But because it's a skill, it can be cultivated. Because it's a skill, you can improve. Understanding the value of a human being is as simple as this. Our greatest ability is the ability to change ourselves. And yet people try to tell you, oh, that's so-and-so, as if that person can't change, or, oh, he can't do it. Like, no one can tell you what you can't do. The second you don't believe in yourself is the second you die. There's two deaths you can experience. You can experience the physical death, which it's coming for you, dude. Or the spiritual death. If you're already gonna die one day, why are you gonna make it worse on yourself and die while you're living? You're walking around like a zombie, like a corpse. Like, I know you got more than that. Show me what you got. Prove to yourself you can walk outside and have a day where you be yourself and you don't worry about how other people are looking at you. Prove that to me, and prove that, most importantly, to yourself. I'm trying to prove that right now for you guys live. Do you think that you can have a fear of criticism and do something like this? Put yourself in my shoes. Do you think this is easy? Do you think standing outside in public and talking how you want to talk is easy? No. It's something I had to cultivate. It's something that took hard work, but I had the willingness to kind of get to know myself on a deeper level. I had the willingness to step out of my comfort zone, and I took it one step at a time. All it takes is just one step. And it pisses me off, the lack of information they tell us about this life. They have people walking around so limited. You only believe the truths that are comfortable to you. Think about how erroneous that is. Think about how wrong that is. There's the truth, and then there's a bunch of truths that only you're willing to believe, so you limit yourself. You reduce the knowledge you can take in. I said this in one of my other videos, guys. You literally comprehend the fact every day you wake up that you live in a vacuum of space, which is infinity, that is expanding. And inside that infinity, you live on a tiny wee little pebble, which we call planet Earth. You wake up every day and accept that reality. Why can't you accept that you can get to know yourself and you can get to love yourself? Like, I'm not trying to preach to the choir here, but God, bro, I know someone out there needs to hear this. I know someone out here just needs to know it's possible. And trust me, it's possible. Have faith in me. Please have faith in me, because I'm not doing this for a reward. I want you guys to live authentic lives, because that's what you're here to do. You're here to be a different person. You're here to be someone who isn't fitting in with the crowd. Why do you want to fit in? Fit out. Those are the leaders of society, the people who are willing to step out on a limb and say, I'm me. And then later people catch up to that and say, oh yeah, that's so-and-so. That's so, yeah, you didn't know that when they were on the come up though. People will catch up to you later, and that's part of the problem. They're going to catch up to you later. So if you are so fixated on how they view you now, how are you going to grow? How are you going to be who you're meant to be? You're not. You're not. It's Dipsy, man. Look, instead of talking to ourselves, talking about what can't we do, ask yourself what you can do. What's really possible for you? People have no idea what's actually possible. It's Dipsy, man. I'll catch y'all later, and peace out.